prior to last season signed a 5-year, $60 million extension. And he missed a month with a right ankle issue. But that aside, he went about showing that he was worth every penny.
Clock is at 3.
George having a fantastic game. He's got 19 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
Well, the defenders have that in the back of their minds now, too, so they're going to close out on him quicker. That should allow him to use the drive if he wants.
Green with the ball. And Terry picks him up defensively. And Lawson, here we go. Pekovic dishes to Lawson. Passes it to Cannon. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And Pekovic had the best point rate of his career last season. Prior to that injury, he led the league in second chance points. He's just a monster inside.
Timeout called the Pacers. And steady improvement for Nikola Pekovic over his 4 seasons in the NBA.
Yeah, he's improved his rebound rate every season. And a dramatic improvement protecting the ball. Turnovers used to be a big problem for him, but now it's an area of strength.
The Pacers making a switch here. Allen's checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Enes Kanter was the 3rd overall pick back in 2011, drafted out of Kentucky, where he actually never played a game there due to ineligibility. But it's a bit of a gamble because of that. I'm not sure he's completely delivered on those lofty expectations. Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Feeds to George. Shoots the 3. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. And for Kanter last season, Clark, a big uptick in minutes, but his productivity actually regressed somewhat.
Well, Kevin, the shooting percentages went down, as did his blocks and steals. But remember now, he's only 22 years old, and it's not always a straight line of progression for players. There are occasional detours before you bounce back up to that next plateau. Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for them.
But it has to translate, Clark, if they're going to cut into this lead. They've got to convert those boards into points.
Lawson kicks to Pekovic, and the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Well, he's wide open there, but really struggles from that range. Maybe there's a reason he's open.
Harris passes to George. Terry dishes to George. Lets it go with a 3. Harris misses. Utah calls timeout.
Not a lot of teams from the East do well against the West, but it should be no surprise that the Pacers were one of those teams last year.
A different look for Utah. Favors comes in for Kanter, and Alec Burks subbed in for Green. Harris against Lawson. Favors with a screen on Harris. Here's Burks. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Pacers with 18 wins and 12 losses against the West last year. As you said, no surprise, because their defense can let them compete against anybody.
Talking about the Pacers in the Western Conference, only the Heat had more wins against the West than the Pacers did last year.
Well, a lot of where you end up in the East has to do with how you play against the Western Conference teams, at least for the top teams, and the Pacers wouldn't have gotten that #1 seed in the East without doing as well as they did out West.
And the shot is good. And now it's up to 25 points for Paul George. Lawson kicks to Burks. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Burks has got 7 now in this quarter. Pacers leading by 6. Outside, George. Allen with the screen for George. Now the dish to Allen. It's stolen by Dang. Now here's Burks. Guarded closely. Dang goes in. Here's Lawson. And the rejection by Mahinmi. George against Dang. Kicks it out to Terry. Off target from outside.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That is on Ty Lawson. Well, the Jazz are 2 young, talented big men in Derek Favors and Enes Kanter. The question has been, can they play together?
I think you've got to give it more time to see if, in fact, they can play together, because ideally they would be a formidable duo, particularly at the defensive end and on the glass. And you don't want to give up on that possibility at this point in time. In today's NBA, you got to have some spacing to be effective, so you got to add some shooting if those 2 guys are going to be effective together.
Pacers leading by 4. Allen, a screen on Peyton. Here's George. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Obvious foul. And he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
6 attempts for him at the line. He's made 4. The Jazz making a switch here. Whiteside's checked in. The Jazz have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Payton kicks to Favors with the shot, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot 1 more at the free throw line.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
A lot of positives, Steve, for the Pacers last year and how they started the season. And, Clark, you saw this firsthand every night, dominating early, but they did have a falling off point.
Yeah, after the All-Star break, they went from looking unbeatable to looking like just another team, but they were able to gather themselves just in time and make a deep playoff run.
Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
And that's a record that I'd always thought would stand forever. No one's come close to it for decades.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
With the Pacers, although they didn't end the regular season as they might have wanted to, they were still able to rest a number of players down the stretch and prepare for their playoff run, which ended up with the conference finals again.
Luol Deng is checked in for Whiteside. And he sinks the second.
Well, the Pacers were running away with the Eastern Conference last year, and I think they took their foot off the gas pedal a little bit second half of the year. They struggled at times, made some moves, but ultimately righted the ship and made a deep playoff run. They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
Here's Favors, and blocked. And here is Irving. He's got 17. Down low. Tipped away. Pass to Middleton. Irving against Favors. Irving drives in. 6 to shoot. Middleton the pass to Irving. That one's good. Now it's a 7-point Pacer lead. Jazz shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Harris kicks to Payton. And there's the pass to Favors. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Favors got 15.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Irving dishes to Anderson. Drop puts in the layup for 2. 7 points in the game.
Guys, good job working it down low and getting the high percentage look there. That's good basketball.
Good if it goes. Indiana leading by 7. They've got Nikola Pekovic. Chris Copeland is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Lawson. And it's Green in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it. Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir. That may put a little life back into this team.
Anderson is screen on Lawson. Irving passes to Beal. Off target from the wing.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Well, I like what they're doing inside here in the second half. I mean, they're still trailing, but they're showing a lot of grit down low in the paint.
A lot of people thought that Danny Green would build on his play from the 2013 playoffs last season, but it's marred by injuries and underwhelming performances from him. Definitely not what he nor Spurs fans were hoping for.
And Lawson with the drive. Here's Kanter. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Boy, what a throwdown after doing a great job to corral the rebound.
Well, that many players with a better nose for the ball than him.
Agreed. And with the D always scattered after an offensive rebound, he knows exactly how to get that to work for him. He's too dangerous a shooter to leave alone behind the arc.
Lawson kicks to Green. They get it again. A second chance effort. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Enes Kanter.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Irving drives in. Anderson dishes to Beal. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Anderson. From the arc. The shot is off. Great tee that time from Green. Right side Green. Pass to Kanter. Back to Green. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. That is good. Irving's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Jazz trailed by 5. Lawson outside. He kicks it to Green. To the wing on the left. Lets it go with a 3. Again, the miss by Green.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
Irving passes to Anderson. Beal gets a wide open look. And that's good off the glass that time. Now it's a 7-point Pacer lead. Utah calls timeout.
Well, the Utah Jazz enjoy what has long been considered one of the best home court advantages in the NBA here at Energy Solutions Arena. Combine the altitude with these rowdy fans, tough place to get a road win.
And the Jazz with some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Kanter. Bang comes in for Chris Copeland. And Alec Burks subbed in for Daniel Green. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Quinn Snyder was going over with his team. He loved the work they were doing on the interior, saying, listen, they've got no answer for us inside, and we're not going to let them off the hook now. Keep pounding it down low.
Here's Henderson. The rebound by the Jazz. Favors got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Well, you talk about this crowd here in Salt Lake City, the construction, the physical.